Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the 19th Croft graduation ceremony. My name is Oliver Dinjes, and I have the distinct pleasure to serve as the Executive Director of the Croft Institute. It is wonderful to see so many proud parents, grandparents, close family and friends here to celebrate our 2019 graduates. Before I continue with my speech, I would like all of you to remember to turn off your cell phones. We don't have interruption in our ceremony. Give you a second. This is a special class of graduates. To me personally and to the Croft Institute. For me personally, this is the last class to graduate that joined the Croft Institute before I became the Executive Director of Croft. I experienced them initially only as a teacher, a relationship that is quite different from being the program's director and the student's academic advisor. As a teacher and grader, I had earned a reputation among students over more than a decade that they would make their papers bleed with red. That's a quote from one of them. As academic advisor, I see them less in the classroom and more in one-on-one advising meetings, and as director, I'm more likely to read and evaluate their senior thesis. What is clear from 4 years of working with this class is that we will remember it for its unique strength. It always struck me as a socially and politically very engaged class, whether in student government, a wide range of clubs, and broader causes affecting the campus and the state. This class also struck me as close-knit, supporting each other to make it through rough patches. These students made their Croft Institute into a special kind of community. They took full advantage of the welcoming building and turned the strong relationships they formed while studying together over 4 years into a special kind of positive energy. This class also took the Croft Institute to a new level academically. This year, the Institute will graduate a class of 33 students who have completed the major and will receive their diploma later in the ceremony. 4 more students, I should mention here, that studied with this cohort plan to graduate later in the year after completing some missing pieces of their required coursework. In this class, women rule. 25 of our graduates are women and only 8 are men. I was tempted to say that maybe the graduates with younger brothers can encourage them to consider Croft. On the other hand, the class has a nice balance in terms of the students' place of origin. 15 are from Mississippi and 18 from out of state. That was very much the vision of Croft upon its founding, to bring together the best and brightest from this state with outstanding students from the rest of the United States and beyond. It was not our largest class ever, but it may have been our academically most distinguished. It has already enhanced the reputation of the Croft Institute as one of the premier programs, not just on campus but nationally. The class includes 16 inductees to Inter Phi Beta Kappa, the oldest undergraduate honor society, 9 Taylor Medal winners, 4 members of Who's Who at Ole Miss, and 1 inductee to the UM Hall of Fame. More impressively still, for an international studies program that aspires to send its graduates out into the world, among the members of this class were 2 Rhodes Scholarship finalists and 5 Fulbright Scholarship finalists, just to give you a sense of the capacity of these students. Together with an impressive record in community service, whether it was in student government, the forefront of the Campus Green initiatives, organizing the big event, or raising funds at the Redathon, these students have already demonstrated their potential as future academic and community leaders. In this class, we also see the fruits of the efforts by the Croft Institute and the university to broaden the choice of world regions and languages. This cohort includes a large and academically distinguished group studying the Middle East and the Arabic language, a concentration added by Croft as recently as 2011. No less than 8 of the graduates studied Arabic with excellent results, and many of them will spend additional time in the Middle East or North Africa next year. What about our students' immediate future? Parents of visiting high school students often ask us, what can you do with an international studies degree? Some of you parents in the room may still have that same question. And there may even be some of you graduates who wonder what your skills really are. The answer we always give to the parents of our prospective applicants is international studies major opens doors to many different careers. And I think you will find that that holds true as these graduates go out into the world. It may take a little bit of patience to land that dream job, but our experience shows that Croft graduates do land on their feet and quickly plot a path to success. The alumni of the Croft Institute work in many fields. Many do work in careers that one might expect, given their training as lawyers, in government service with an international focus, or in the intelligence community. However, some of the alumni are most satisfied with their career in fields that they would never have anticipated when they graduated from Croft. One such example is Christine Day, a 2006 Croft graduate, who started with a summer internship in New York, moved to Paris, France as international marketing assistant the same fall, quickly built a career in account management, and is now, 13 years later, the global director of WebMD's Oncology and Hematology Division in London, in the UK. She visited the Croft for the 20th anniversary in October 2018, so at the beginning of this year, and spoke to many current students during her visit, and encouraged them to think about a future global career. Inspired by her own experience at Croft, the doors it opened for her and her desire to give back, this past semester she offered a seminar for Croft students to learn how to build a global career based on her own personal experience. A more recent graduate, Cody LeBlanc, class of 2013, made the move to Paris, France last year after building a career in Washington, D.C. over the previous 5 years. There he started as a media analyst, became a program manager for an Africa program at Applied Memetics, which is an information technology company, and more recently became a consultant, then senior consultant, and finally associate director of APCO Worldwide. Just like Christine, Cody recently approached Croft and offered his help to the current students at the Institute. He gave one of this year's alumni talks via video conferencing, a new format that we now use regularly to connect our students with our alumni all over the world. While Oxford is certainly no global city, we can bring our alumni living across the world, global cities, to Croft to meet with our current students. Maybe our favorite stories featuring alumni are those that involve crupples. For the uninitiated, the special language developed by the Croft students, the so-called Crofties, over many years, crupples stands for Croft couples. And it turns out that later this month we will witness a celebrity cruple wedding. Alex Martin and Miller Richmond, both class of 2017, will tie the knot at the end of May. They went to the same high school in Madison, Mississippi, studied the same language, Arabic at Croft, were both chosen for the UN Hall of Fame, have both embarked on highly promising careers in 2 years of graduating. Alex has worked for the Federal Reserve Board in Washington, is earning an MA at Georgetown, and this fall will start a PhD in economics at MIT, which is one of the top 3 programs in the country. Miller spent the last 2 years as the clinical research coordinator and asthma educator at the Children's National Health System in Washington, D.C., and he will start medical school at Georgetown in the fall. Theirs is a wonderful story and again confirms that Croft graduates can compete with the best in the nation. These stories of our alumni should make you, graduates, confident that you will forge your own path. For some of you it may take a little longer, but at Croft you have learned that confidence and persistence make you succeed. As you do forge your own path. We hope that you will stay connected to Croft. Many of you enjoyed the alumni chats and visiting speakers this year, and we plan to hold many more of these events in the future, creating a real network of Crofties around the country and the world, putting current students and alumni in touch regularly. We'll be calling on you in a few years to bring you back and tell the current students, the then current students, the story about how you took what you learned in this building and turned it into a successful career. You would not be in this position, ready to conquer the world, were it not for the help and support of numerous people, some of them present in this room. I would like to recognize them now. First and foremost, I want to thank the trustees of the Croft Institute. They were unable to join us today and sent their regrets, but it was their generosity that allowed the University of Mississippi to establish the Croft Institute in 1997. Since then, the Joseph C. Bancroft Charitable Educational Fund has contributed close to $50 million to the Croft Institute, initially for the renovation of this beautiful pre-Civil War building, and since then with very generous annual gifts that provides more student scholarships, faculty salaries, operations, budget, and many of the other special things that Croft has to offer to its students. The names of the individuals, the trustees, are listed in the graduation booklet that you received on the last page. Also you. If any of you, our graduates, would like to send a note to thank the members of the board for their contribution to Croft, they would certainly like to hear from you.
It is difficult to overstate the contribution of these professors to the success of the Croft Institute. Simply put, the excellent education the Institute can offer would not be possible without the professors sharing their enthusiasm, their specialized knowledge, and their personal and professional advice with our students. Professors do not only deliver lectures, conduct seminars, and grade student work. Just as importantly, they dedicate themselves to build intellectual and personal relationships with the students and generously give their time and energy to education as a cause. It is truly the faculty who make the Croft Institute what it is and make it possible for your daughters and sons to achieve the high levels of focused knowledge that they will take with them as they move on to the next step of their career. Later in this ceremony, we will honor the students who have written the most impressive senior theses in this graduating class. And I would like to highlight how central the role of the senior thesis advisor is in that process. Most Croft professors in their time with the Institute have advised anywhere from a half dozen to more than 30 senior theses. Every time a professor accepts a new thesis advisee, the professor makes a commitment to invest the considerable time and effort required to guide students through the difficult process of producing a substantial piece of scholarly writing. As I introduce you, professors, please stand and remain standing. And I would like the audience to hold this applause until all faculty members have been introduced. So we have Dr. Susan Allen, Dr. Valentina Yeppery, Ms. Ashley Williams, around over here, right? Ms. I always wonder why it's so hard, now I see why it's so hard. Dr. Wilson, Dr. Jason Thayer, Dr. Jala Sierra, Dr. Joshua Howard, Dr. Case Gisbin, past director of Croft Institute, Dr. Joshua Firth, Dr. Marcos Mendoza, and Dr. Anna Polichkova. Let's stand here, Dr. Vivian. Please give all these. Next, I would like to thank the members of the Croft Institute staff who do all the daily work that makes the Institute thrive and provide a welcoming environment for our students. The Croft Institute would not function on a day-to-day basis without the dedicated work of our operations manager, Liz Superior, who handles our finances, manages the building, and makes sure that all the big and little things are in place. Connor Phillips, our admissions coordinator, works very hard to recruit the very best students from Mississippi and beyond to come study at Croft. We see the accomplishment of her work around this time of year when the high school students to whom we offer admission commit to attending Croft Institute. The outlook is excellent. Bree Starnes, our coordinator of alumni affairs, has brought her great enthusiasm and energy to strengthen our networking with the Croft alumni and between the alumni and current students. Her work is adding a dimension to our institute that will pay dividends for our students as they make global connections. And Walker Bobo, our academic counselor, he joined our team in September 2018 and offered much needed assistance and technical competence on the advising front. He also proved to be an expert in assembling complex reports and providing help wherever help was needed in our operations. Note that Walker, Connor, and Bree are also Croft graduates themselves, and so they really know the Institute from all different perspectives. Thank you. Last but not least, this is also a moment for us, faculty and staff of the Croft Institute, to thank you, the parents, grandparents, family and friends, for the support you have provided our graduates. Croft holds very high expectations for every student entering the program, and we have designed a demanding curriculum that requires our students to dedicate much of their energy and time to succeed. For most students here today, there were probably moments when it all seemed too much, not least this last year when they had to write senior thesis. But your unwavering support help them to get through it all. Graduates and faculty, please join us in thanking the family for that support. With all the well-deserved thank yous, we should not forget who the true stars of the ceremony are. Our graduates who have persevered and excelled through their studies here at the Croft Institute. Please join me in congratulating this very special Croft class. Now we turn to the next part of our program. Every year, we select one of our graduating seniors to speak at the ceremony. It's often the chair of the Croft Student Senate. So following that tradition, this year, Zachary Herring, current president of the Croft Senate, will deliver the valediction. I invite you, Zach, to the podium for your valediction. Thank you.
Good morning to my best friends and fellow graduates, and to the family, friends, faculty, and staff who have molded us through life's most transformative years. We're here to celebrate the graduates, and since many of you haven't had the pleasure of knowing all of them like I do, I'd like to tell you a little bit about them. We met for the very first time on the Croft retreat, and although we were all a little intimidated by Dr. Shank's skills on the ropes course, we adjusted quickly. After the always awkward introductions, we were comfortable enough with each other to have long conversations by a campfire that wasn't actually bright enough to see who we were talking to. We even later had such a great time swimming that Camp Hopewell has locked the pool every year since without fail. We were eased into our very first class in this building with a little quiz on every single country in the entire world, and then asked about a book written by a Harvard PhD. Little did we know that soon we'd be writing papers for another Harvard PhD, Dr. Phineas, who, true to his reputation, made our papers be read. Dr. Wilson showed us that maps aren't real. Dr. Gonzalez taught us that Excel is really useful, but impossible to figure out. And Dr. Ibrahim taught us that we didn't know how to read yet. We learned kind of calculus, RSA encryption, and what to do if you're trapped in a room with lots of people in red and green hats. You probably know more about our more recent endeavors, like that we studied abroad to better our language skills. In fact, I'm sure you know about it because most of us haven't shut up about it. More recently, we wrote and defended theses, and even though they're over, some of us might still wake up in a cold sweat from time to time yelling about deadlines. Though grades were given individually, our learning has been a collaborative effort from the very beginning. We've eaten together on the Croft porch before games, and traveled together across the globe, and commiserated together on the difficulty of finishing our thesis. We're an exclusive program with an even more exclusive porch, but Croft is also home to some of the most inclusive people I ever know. Though we cannot know how much this cohort will accomplish, recounting what they've already achieved demonstrates that the future is full of promise. One of today's graduates discovered evidence of gerrymandering in Mississippi's 13th and 22nd districts, and this evidence led to a federal lawsuit and the redrawing of the formerly discriminatory district lines. Another of today's graduates in our cohort became a husband and later a father, and has served as an inspiring example of kindness and integrity throughout. This group of remarkable individuals includes Rhodes Scholar finalists, winners of multiple prestigious honors, and me somehow. Gerrymandering. I have friends in this room today who have been accepted to graduate programs at Vanderbilt, UChicago, Georgetown, and even one leaving Oxford, Mississippi for a graduate program in Oxford, England. My friends will be living and working in Asia, Latin America, Europe, the Middle East, and cities across the United States. My friends are on their way to getting master's degrees, law degrees, and PhDs, which is evidence that, despite our professors' best efforts, Crofties still have an unquenchable thirst for learning. We're all proud today. Friends and family, be proud of your graduate. Be proud of their place in this incredible group, and be proud of the things that they're going to accomplish in the future. To all the faculty and staff, we hope you're proud of the people you've helped us become. You brought us into this small Mississippi town to teach us how to transcend the horizons of our community, our region, and our nation, and that's exactly what we're already starting to do. To my friends and fellow graduates, be proud of yourselves. On the first day of our freshman orientation, we all got a free book written by former Chancellor Robert Kayak entitled The Education of a Lifetime. The Croft Institute for International Studies delivered upon that promise. As happy as I am to know you, it saddens me greatly that our time together in this wonderful place is at its end. Wherever in the world we may go, we will always have this place and these people to serve as a reminder of the love and support we've been so fortunate to have. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. It's just a brief moment of overheating. I hope I'm back. And I would now like to actually hand the baton back over to Dr. Schenk, who will come forward to lead us through the next part of this event, which is the recognition of special academic achievements.
All right, before we hand out diplomas, I'm honored to recognize the graduates who have excelled in language learning and presenting awards to those who have written the best senior theses and those who have distinguished themselves in academic achievement and public service. It has been a privilege to work with such talented and inquisitive students and a joy to see them grow from high school seniors to college graduates. So first, the language. As you may know, foreign language education is a cornerstone of our curriculum here at the Croft Institute. We have our students study their chosen language every semester that they're in our program and study abroad for at least a semester in a country where that language is spoken. Consequently, we expect our students to achieve a high level of proficiency in that language. In order to test them, we have them take the American Council of Teachers of Foreign Languages Moral Proficiency Interview, OPI, a 30-minute phone conversation that includes discussions of culture, current events, and role plays in stressful situations. You borrowed your friend's car, and you got in an accident. You have to call that person and explain what happened. How many of you got that one? All right. This year, we had 12 students whose scores on the oral proficiency interview exceeded the high expectations set by the Croft faculty. In addition to being recognized now, they will receive a gift with their Croft diplomas. As I read the names of these seniors, I ask them to stand and remain standing, and I ask you to please hold your applause until the end, until I call all names. So first we have Cynthia Bauer in Arabic, Molly Bradford in Spanish, Lauren Burns in Arabic, Tyler Capel in Chinese, John Chappell in Arabic, we have Margaret Dykes in Chinese, who's not with us today, Wesley Gerard in Arabic, Mary Frances Holland in Russian, Paul Hunt in Arabic, Jordan Malone in Arabic, Lauren Newman in Arabic, and Holly Prather in Spanish. Congratulations. Our first prize is the Gerald M. Udala Prize. It's named for the chairman of the Joseph C. Bancroft Educational and Charitable Fund and CEO of Croft Limited. The prize recognizes a student who has maintained the highest grade point average while completing the international studies major. This year, the prize is awarded to Paul Hunt. Paul, please come forward. The senior thesis prizes and the Bancroft Award are the oldest honors given by the Croft Institute. Each award includes a monetary prize, and the winners' names are added to plaques that hang outside the receptionist's office on the third floor of our building. But first, I want to congratulate all of you for completing your senior thesis. I've worked with these students from the beginning, and I can tell you how hard they have worked. We'd like to give special recognition to the 4 students who wrote the best theses in each of our regional categories, and the one who wrote the best thesis with a strong social science methodology. This is the successor to what we used to call our interregional prize. The prize-winning thesis in each category is chosen by a committee of Croft professors specializing in that area. When I call each winner's name, please come forward to get your check. And if the student's mentor and third reader are present, please come and join us for the photo. The first prize is the best thesis on an East Asian topic. The selection committee wrote that it was exceptionally well written and innovative. And the prize goes to Gwen Faye McCormick. Thesis on a European topic. The committee commented that it was very well researched and comprehensive. The prize goes to Elizabeth Brown. Thesis on a Latin American topic. The committee praised the writer's high-level theoretical sophistication combined with consistent work with original data. The prize goes to Lita Rowan. So enthusiastic and supportive of one another that you can't hear the titles of the thesis. They're in your program. That's great. The 4th prize is for the best thesis on a Middle Eastern topic. The committee wrote that it stood out for the originality and creativity of its theoretical contribution and the strong link between theory and ethnographic observation. The prize goes to Cynthia Bauer. The final prize for a senior thesis is the Terasawa Prize, named for Dr. Katsuaki Terasawa, the Associate Director of the Croft Institute from 1998 until his retirement in 2005. Dr. Terasawa is a respected economist and was a much-beloved teacher. This prize is given to the thesis that best represents our vision for our students' theses, and this year, it is also the best thesis with a strong social science methodology. The committee wrote that it is theoretically innovative, methodologically sophisticated, and has important practical implications in terms of proposing a an evidence-based policy proposal. The prize goes to Lauren Burns. Finally, we have the Bancroft Award, named for Joseph C. Bancroft, the man whose generous gift made the Croft Institute possible. The Bancroft Award for Outstanding Academic and Public Service Achievement is given to a graduate who combines an outstanding record in public service with academic excellence. This year's recipient clearly meets these criteria. The student has excelled academically, earning a Taylor Medal, being selected for the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi and Phi Beta Kappa. He's been very active in serving Croft, working as a receptionist, helping out at the incoming student retreat and past graduation ceremony. He has served as a senator for the Associated Student Body and as president of the Black Student Union for the University of Mississippi, and was selected for the University of Mississippi Hall of Fame. The students already figured out. I'll tell you more about his accomplishment. He worked in the local community and around Mississippi, promoting literacy for children of low-income families, registering voters, and supporting immigrants. He also volunteered while abroad in the Dominican Republic and in Mexico. Congratulations to Jarvis Benson. Congratulations to all of our award winners. And now we will.
Give me the opportunity to thank Dr. Schenk for this always entertaining and very important part of building up suspense. The winners that are most waiting for it is very last. You did a wonderful job. And again, congratulations to those students who have gone above and beyond in their academic work in particular, for language accomplishment and their public service. I would now like to ask Professor Vivian Ibrahim to come forward to assist the next part of the ceremony. This is the heart of the proceedings, the awarding of Croft diplomas to all the graduates who collectively excel and thereby cemented the Croft Institute's reputation as the crown jewel of the College of Liberal Arts. At this time, Dr. Schenk will ask each graduate, as we call your name, come forward to receive your diploma.
All right. Ashton Acree. Congratulations. You can applaud. Caroline Bass.
Sorry, I just thought it was easier to not do this part, but I'm switch it because I don't actually know how to do this part.
I'm the diploma.
The next student is Cynthia Nicole Bauer. Focuses the Middle East, studied abroad in Cairo, Egypt. Is an Arabic speaker, as we learned earlier, and there's a postgrad plans. She will pursuing a pre-PhD, potentially in historical anthropology in the long run, focusing on transregional Islamic affairs. Congratulations, Cynthia. Jarvis Sean Benson. He studied Latin America, and he did a study abroad in Puebla, Mexico. He was studying Spanish, and his postgrad plans he's spending the summer participating in the Activists for Social Development Fellowship at the Alzheimer's Project in New York City. It's a long name. And after that, we with the Bill Emerson National Hunger Fellowship at the Congressional Hunger Center. Madison Bailey Baker. She focuses on Europe. She studied in Jena, Germany for her study abroad. The postgrad plans are that she wants to attend law school. Molly Ellen Bradford. Her regional focus is Europe. She studied in Bilbao, Spain. Her language is Spanish. And she plans for next year to be participating in the Fellows Initiative with the McLean Presbyterian Church in Washington, D.C. Elizabeth Lauren Brown focused on Europe, and she studied in Angers, France. The language is French. The postgrad plans, she'll be attending Duke University School of Law next fall. Lauren Ashley Byrne. She focused, as we learned, on the Middle East. She studied in Amman, Jordan. Study was language Arabic. Her postgrad plans is that she plans to complete the Arabic capstone year abroad in Meknes, Morocco, starting in June. Tyler Ann Pick. She focused on East Asia and studied in Nanjing, China, language of course Chinese. Her postgrad plans, she'll be participating in the Chinese Overseas Flagship Program in Nanjing, China. John William Chapman started in the Middle East, studied abroad in Meknes, Morocco, and also a second location that's not on my list. And then the Arabic language. She will pursue a Master's of Science in Foreign Service at Georgetown University next year. Megan Elizabeth de Graft. She studied in Europe. The study abroad vocation was Cologne, Germany, German. She may be attending, it says in my notes here, law school or plan to work on what now it is law school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to figure out.
Matthew David Divers, focused on East Asia, spent his study abroad time in Tokyo, and as we said, Japanese was his language. He will us tell more about his plans if he wants to. Margaret Sinclair Dykes is unfortunately not with us. She graduated in December. Next, we go to Wesley Allen Gerard, focused in the Middle East. He studied Amman, Jordan, Arabic. He will be pursuing a Master's of Science in Water Science, Policy and Management at the University of Oxford, England.
I can't see her on the
Marla Rose Whitley, folks from Latin America, did a study abroad in Quito, Ecuador, and of course Spanish. She will be attending law school, it says here, at the University of Manhattan. Is that still current?
Maybe here.
Maybe.
Law school in other case. Congratulations. Henry Messenger from Helton. He studied Europe. He did a study abroad in Moscow, Russia. His postgrad plans is he will attend law school at the University of Georgia, Georgetown, or Vanderbilt. Do we know which one it will be?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Zachary Thomas Herring. He focused on Europe. He did a study abroad in Cologne, Germany. And he tells us that he intends to work for a year as a research fellow at the Algernon Sidney Sullivan Foundation and in property management in Memphis before to begin law school in the fall of 2020. Mary Frances Holland, focused on Europe. She studied Russian in Moscow, Russia. Her postgrad plans that she's committed to pursuing a career in global business and making a difference in the realm of sustainability and fair trade practices. Paul Christopher Hunt studied the Middle East. Amman, Jordan was his location to study abroad. He plans to complete the Arabic capstone year abroad in Meknes, Morocco, starting in June. Megan Marie Kreinen, she focused on Europe. She studied in Florence, or she will be studying in Florence, Italy, Italian in particular. She has been accepted, she tells us, next for an internship at a lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. for the summer. Congratulations. Catherine Grace Livingston. She studied in the Middle East, like so many of our graduates, in Amman, Jordan. And she tells us that she's currently applying to jobs in Washington, D.C., where she hopes to spend a gap year before pursuing a master's degree in foreign policy. Jordan Nicole Malone. She also studied in the Middle East. She was at a study abroad in Amman, Jordan, in Arabic studies. She's planning to attend Howard Law School in D.C. McGrain Elizabeth Mayfield, who studied in Europe. The study abroad was in Moscow, Russia. She tells us that in September she plans to move to Thailand to begin work as an English teacher. Gwendoline Adama McCormick studied in East Asia. She did her study abroad in Tokyo, Japan. She'll be spending the summer after graduation obtaining a TEFL certification and subsequently applying for jobs teaching English in Japan. There's an update to that. Okay. Mary Sanders McEwen. She focused on Latin America and did a study abroad in Valparaiso, Chile. After graduation, she'll be a leader of Moondance Adventure Company, an outdoor adventure travel company where I will be leading high schoolers in Fiji all summer. That sounds fun. Lauren Ashley Newman, who studied in the Middle East, her study abroad was completed in Amman, Jordan. She will be attending the Arabic flagship capstone year in Meknes, Morocco next year. As so many of our graduates. Holly Ann Prather. She also studied Latin America. She spent her study abroad time in Quito, Ecuador, learning Spanish. She's currently planning on entering the field of education, looking to move internationally in the near future. Rosa Principe. She will study in Europe. She studied in Europe, in Bilbao, Spain. She learned Spanish. She will try to get an internship, either with a study abroad company like EF or People to People, or with the Smithsonian.
Hi, baby girl.
Rebecca Ann Restani focused on Latin America. She completed her study abroad in Valparaiso, Chile, learning Spanish. She has a summer internship with Spanish management in New York City. She will be returning in the fall to complete a bachelor's in accountancy. Lita Andrea Rowan also studied in Latin America. She went to Quito, Ecuador to complete her study abroad. She will be a TFDSL instructor through Peace Corps Costa Rica next year. Jessica Brittany Russell, who focused on Europe. She did her study abroad in Granada, Spain, wonderful location, studied Spanish. She's hoping to return to Spain to teach English at a local school for the 2019-2020 school year. Benjamin Kyle Surratt, who also focused on Europe. He did a study abroad in Grenoble, France. His postgrad plans are to teach English in France, to David, and attend law school after returning to the United States. Carly Marie Vowell, also focused on Europe. She did a study abroad, learned German in Cologne, Germany. Her postgrad plan is to hopefully to teach a year English in Austria. We have come to the end of our ceremony. Please remain seated. Give the students, Dr. Schenk and myself, an opportunity to file out first so we can line up for the group photos outside. Please allow the professors to leave next so they can join us for pictures with their students. And when you leave, please do so by the central hall, to the back, and where the professional came in first. Thank you very much. This concludes our formal ceremony, but not before one more time congratulating our... Please remain seated for a little while longer.